Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Failer. In our last video, we tackled the final Diaz mission. It was called Rub Out. This video is about the first of 3 Love Fist missions. It's called Love Juice. We saw the lead singer of Love Fist in the party.
And that poolside amphibian is Jez Torrent, lead singer with Love Fist.
Can I tell you, do you know how they play ping pong in Thailand? Let me tell you, it does not involve a paddle, if you know what I mean.
Impotent.
And now we'll check out the cutscene for the mission Love Juice.
Yes! Brilliant, bloody brilliant. Hey, Tommy! Glad you could make it. Hey, you ever met Love Fist before?
No, I haven't, but I've always loved your music.
Let me introduce you to the band. This is Percy, Dick, Willie's in the cars here, and that was Jez in the booth earlier. And guys, I went to meet a good friend of mine. This is Tommy. We go way back.
Right, pal. And, what was your name again?
Leave it out, Jez, you remember.
Love Fist.
Don't be playing them games with me, mate. I'm too crafty for that sunshine.
English prick. Like good
See,
one in America.
The thing is, Tom, the boys need some help. They ain't too connected here. They don't have no lands, your father.
We need some drugs, pal. Gotta get on the old Love Fist
nice
beauty, you know?
Yeah!
Well, this is Vice City, man. What's the problem?
Love juice, man. We need love juice, man, Dan.
Love juice?
Aye, 2 parts boomshine, 1 part trumpet, 5 fizz bombs, and a litre of petrol. Can you help us out, pal? Oh, it would really mean a lot
You
to
can
the
do that
boys.
for the boys, right?
So let's rock and roll and gather the ingredients for this alcoholic drink for the boys. One of the ingredients was trumpet. I looked up, I couldn't find anything alcohol related for the word trumpet. If you can help us out here, let us know in the comments. But one of the ingredients was petrol, which is the British word for gasoline, like the stuff you put in a car, which is toxic, like in any amount. But I guess these guys are hardcore. Anyway, let's see what the dealer has to offer.
Looking for something special? I got what you need. Thanks for the money, sucker.
I can't believe the drug dealer was dishonest. I'm losing all faith in drug dealers. My goodness. So when I first started playing this game, like, I don't know, 15 years ago, I had some trouble with this because I didn't know there was going to be a chase coming up. So I went into the pink marker in some slow car, not realizing that I needed to catch up to this guy. Anyway, if you have a fast vehicle, whether it's a car or a motorcycle, then it's an easy enough chase. And apparently all of the ingredients we want are in this briefcase, not the typical conveyance for alcohol.
Hey, Mike, the guy said there was some company. You know what I mean?
I know just the girl.
And that was one of the rare phone calls in the entire game where you can be on the phone call and in a vehicle or on a motorcycle. It's quite uncommon. Look out. But yeah, pretty cool. If you happen to be on foot and you take that phone call, then you can't run, which is standard for phone call behavior. But even if you're taking the phone call, you can still get into a vehicle, which again is very, very rare. All right, so the boys want some company of the female kind, and we're headed to go pick up Mercedes, which seems odd to me. I mean, Mercedes is down, as we'll find out, when we pick her up here in a minute. But Tommy's interactions with Mercedes had to do with, like she was flirtatious with Tommy over on the yacht in that opening cutscene, the first Ken mission of the game, the party. But the fact that she's like willing to prostitute herself out, I don't even think she's going to get paid. Seems like a leap from Tommy.
Hey, Mercedes.
Hiya, Tommy. And how are you?
Just fine. Listen, you fancy having Love Fist?
Okay. But just as a favor, I expect return.
So Mercedes wants this favor returned. I don't know that we ever do return the favor during the game, but let me know in the comments if there is a place where Tommy returns this favor. Mercedes will show up in some future missions, so maybe. So picking her up starts a 1.5-minute countdown timer where we have to get the ingredients for the alcoholic drink as well as Mercedes back to the boys before they have to get on stage. And the 1.5-minute timer is easy enough to, to pass when you know where you're going and you have a relatively fast vehicle. But again, when I first started playing this game, I was in a slow vehicle and didn't know like the direct route back to the drop-off point here, so I did fail this for running out of time a few times. This mission was unlocked by completing the mission in the previous video, Rub Out, where we killed Ricardo Diaz. Passing this mission awards $2,000 and unlocks the next Love Fist mission called Psycho Killer, and it also unlocks the first Mitch Baker mission once we take a post-mission phone call from Mitch.
I see you later, big boy.
So that's another mission passed and another $2,000 thrown onto the pile. So we've watched the vanilla attempt, now it's time for fail states and quirks. In these first two attempts, I'm going to fail by letting the dealer get away. What was interesting to me is that in the first attempt, I failed almost immediately, within a few seconds, but then in the second attempt, took quite a bit longer before I failed. The only difference was the angle that my bike was facing, so maybe if you still have the dealer in view, even if there's buildings in the way, you don't fail. I'm not sure. Let us know in the comments if you know anything about this particular fail state. Let me read just a little bit about Love Fist here while we're watching this longer fail. Love Fist is a Scottish heavy metal band in the 3D universe of GTA, featured prominently in Vice City and mentioned in many of the following games since. The band is comprised of Jez Torrent, that's the lead singer, Jizz, if said with a Scottish accent, a slang term for semen, as well as the members Willie, Dick, and Percy, all slang terms for the penis. I've actually never heard Percy. I didn't know Percy was slang in that way. The manager of Love Fist is Kent Paul. He did most of the talking in the cutscene for this particular mission, and we met Kent a couple of times over in the Malibu Club, and he actually gave us exactly one mission. It was the mission Death Row. Here, I'll walk around up the stairs of the V-Rock building both before and after starting the mission. There's really not too far that we can go here. It is not revealed when the band was formed, but by 1984, V-Rock was hosting a giveaway of Love Fist concert tickets. I guess that was in the Vice City Stories game. And here in 1986, they are on their Steel Heart Stone Cold Prostate Tour and being managed by Kent Paul. By 1992, in San Andreas, they are only a three-man band, as seen on a vinyl countdown billboard, as Willie has left the group. In reality, this is due to the fact that he doesn't have a character model, as the Love Fist members in the billboard were models from Vice City. Here we see that we cannot move on to the next part of the mission on foot. You need a car or a motorcycle. In this case, the drug dealer was off of his bike. Now, it's fine to kill him by destroying his bike, but if he dies in an explosion, you get this harsh, "You idiot, you have destroyed the merchandise." My goodness, Rockstar. Now I'll demonstrate, like I said, that it's fine to blow up the bike and kill the dealer as long as he's on the bike. That doesn't destroy the drugs, so I'll just go pick up the briefcase and then I'll cut this clip because the rest of the mission proceeded as usual. So at the end of the mission, what if I try blocking Mercedes's path as she tries to get into this V-Rock building? Because you can walk into this pink marker on foot with Mercedes. I'll see ya, Mercedes. And even though there isn't enough room, she somehow squeezes her tiny little body right through that opening there. And I'll walk over to the car just to show you that she really, I don't think, even though she's thin, I don't think she could make it through there. This was just kind of a funny attempt, which I'll show. And as we watch it, I'll remind you again what we just read from the wiki, that Willie doesn't make any appearances here in Vice City. In the cutscene at the beginning of this mission, Willie wasn't there. All the other guys in Love Fist, the other three guys, were there, but Willie was in the cause, which is a British slangism for bathroom. And here, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. I got carjacked and then instantly died from like 2 shotgun blasts. That, I don't know, it seems like I should have had more health than that. I should have lived longer than I did there. So here we're walking up to Mercedes. Before we move into the pink marker, again, you need a car or a motorcycle. So what happens if Mercedes dies? Unfortunately here, before we walk into the pink mission marker, of course we're going to fail, but I'm always curious to see what the fail messages are. Mercedes is dead. Yes, she is. I just realized Mercedes is the same as the name of a car. Okay, now I've already walked into that pink marker, or I've started the mission here with that motorcycle, and so same message even if you kill Mercedes after you've proceeded to the last phase of the mission. So it said before that we needed a car or motorcycle. Check out the drug dealer hopping up on the top. Look at that. He's been working on his plyometrics. He never skips leg day. That was impressive. So a tank works perfectly fine. Let's play around with some other vehicles here. Oh, before that, this guy just ended up getting stuck stationary. I haven't quite figured out what makes him do that. I'll show you me chasing him in a few different instances. But here again, we're going to fail because he's going to die in an explosion when he's not on a bike. And so the drugs and everything are going to get blown up. And I think I'm going to be called another name by Rockstar. Oh, I'm an idiot again. My self-esteem, Rockstar, can't handle it. In the next clip, we're going to use the Panzer cheat code to get a bunch of tanks here and see if I can make it so that the drug dealer can't get to me. So I'll bury my motorcycle right in the middle of these 4 tanks. sound the horn, and let's see what happens. I was surprised that this cutscene started right away, and I can't tell exactly how he's gotten in there. I can't even see him. But it turns out that the game has despawned exactly one tank, the one that was most needed for that drug dealer to get in. So good job with the programming there, Rockstar. Okay, in this case, he has actually switched vehicles. I destroyed his motorcycle, but he wasn't on it, and then he just grabbed this van. And now he's like in it, and he's coming out, he's going to attack me, but then at some point when I get like far enough away, I don't know, it's like weird. Like I mentioned before that sometimes once in a while he would get stuck and just like not do anything. So the vehicle he was in despawned, and there's no other vehicles close enough to get him. And I was too far out of range for him to chase me, but now I'm in range and it doesn't matter. He is still just kind of stuck in life. He doesn't know what to do. Maybe he's meditating. I'm not sure. All I know is that I want my drugs and I want my money, and then I got a wanted star for attacking a drug dealer officer. I am making the streets safer, despite the fact that I just hit you with a chainsaw. And so, yeah, it was kind of interesting once in a while to have the drug dealer just freeze. In this clip, I've picked up Mercedes and started that 1.5-minute timer and didn't go anywhere. So, of course, we're going to fail here. But let's check out the fail state. Am I going to be an idiot again for not getting in there in time? You did not get the love juice in time. I did get the love juice in time. I just didn't return with the love juice and Mercedes. Get it together, Rockstar. So if you recall, I pushed a boat into our Hyman garage a few missions back, and now we're just going to see if we can start this next part of the mission with a boat. The game says you need a car or a motorcycle, but I'm always interested in trying different things, and it doesn't work. Yeah, I know that I'm kind of out of the pink marker here. I think I'm going to just push the boat securely into this pink marker just to really make clear that it's not going to work. So the boat is a no-go, but the tank was okay. And another thing we want to know about is it's like a helicopter. Does a helicopter count as a permissible vehicle? So here you can see we're definitely in the pink marker. I'm trying to push the horn button. Nothing is happening. So that's just a no-go. Before we return with the helicopter, let's just see what the dealer does when there's a boat in his way. So I thought he was going to run around it there, but no, he just despawns my like $50,000 boat. That's rude. Okay, so now I think it's time to play around with the helicopter and see if that counts as a car or motorcycle. So here we go. I think this is the helicopter we get from the top of the Hyman condo, and it says no, you need a car or a motorcycle. That doesn't count. Now, this is not going to work for us, and if you know some stuff about the Pizza Boy, maybe you'll recognize why this is going to soft lock the game. But the cutscene proceeds as usual until Mercedes just stays there and refuses to get on the Pizza Boy moped with me. And it's because Tommy has not showered in like 3 weeks. No, I'm just kidding. It's because the Pizza Boy moped has a capacity of 1. To my knowledge, the rest of the motorcycles have a capacity of 2, but this one is a capacity of 1. And so we are staring at what looks like a frozen screen. It's like you can see lights moving in the background. There was an explosion for some reason. The music is still playing behind me, and I can't do anything. I have to hard quit the game and then come back in. So this is a surefire way to soft lock the game. Okay, so sorry about your plant there, Mercedes, but will you join me for a helicopter ride? Oh, she will. That's pretty cool. I don't think I tried the Hunter helicopter, but we discovered in a previous mission, actually in the last video, that the Hunter helicopter also has a capacity of 1. So I think that the Hunter is another surefire way to soft lock the game. Okay, so heading back to the end of this mission, can I end the mission in a helicopter? Yes, I can. It's just that one pink marker to start the drug deal segment that requires a car or motorcycle, but not a boat, not a helicopter. So now we'll get to my challenge for this mission. One of the fail states, according to the wiki, is that the drugs are sunk. So now you're going to watch me try and fail many, many times at sinking these drugs. Oh my goodness, gang. I died a ton in trying to pass this challenge. So while we watch my attempts here, let me talk a little bit more about some British slang. I mentioned that Willie was absent in the cutscene, and Kent Paul said that Willie was in the cause or kazi, and so I thought that meant the bathroom just from the context, but I never heard that word kazi, and so I did find this one online for common slang terms for the restroom in Britain. So I knew that the loo is the bathroom, LOO, over in the UK, and I've also heard of the lav, which is short for lavatory, which you might you might see that word if you're on an airplane. In this attempt, I was hoping that the drug dealer would just follow me and walk off the pier into the water, but he turned around, got in a car. I thought it was mission fail. It's going to be mission fail at some point, but I thought this was pretty cool because surprisingly, I ended up in a chase where I was in a boat and he was in a car. Then there's a few that I haven't heard of. Oh, actually, one more I've heard of is the can. I think we use that here in the US as well. But then I'd never heard of the bog, B-O-G, used for slang bathroom, or the netty, Netty, or finally the one that I was looking for, the kazi, a particularly cheeky bit of British slang. Kazi comes from the Russian word kakat, K-A-K-A-T, meaning to defecate. It came into use around World War II, originally referring to outdoor toilets before evolving as a slang for any bathroom. So that's from the website www.33rdsquare.com, what do Brits call a restroom. Excellent. So here, Kazi is spelled Khazi, and in the cutscene, I think they subtitle it with a different spelling. But in any event, I found this one. Surely there will be other British slang in coming Love Fist missions that I can't find. So anyway, help us out wherever you can with British slang if you know any of it. Returning to the wiki about the band Love Fist, the band broke up at least once between 1992 and 1998, since there's a billboard visible in Liberty City Stories which advertises the band's comeback tour. The name Love Fist is a reference to fisting, an extreme form of penetration. The band may have been inspired by 1970s British rock group The Sweets because the music style and vocals are similar. Love Fist's appearance and lyrics seem to parody that of 1980s heavy metal bands, specifically NWOBHM. What the heck is that? I think it's like a kind of band. Oh, New Wave of British Heavy Metal. Okay, I didn't know that acronym, or initialism, I guess it is. New Wave of British Heavy Metal. So that's the style of Love Fist, as well as American hair metal bands such as Poison, LA Guns, and Warrant. The album, The Number of the Breast, this is an album featured here in Vice City, is an obvious parody of the Iron Maiden album, The Number of the Beast. Jez Torrent was voiced by Kevin McKidd. That's the voice actor here. Reading from his wiki page, born 1973 in Scotland, he is a Scottish actor and voice actor. He appeared in Trainspotting. Oh, I didn't know that. Dog Soldiers, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, as well as the movie Brave. He provided the voice of Love Fist frontman Jez Torrent. He's best known for providing the voice of John Soap McTavish in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. Percy is voiced by Paul Mackey, Dick is voiced by John Ritchie, and Willie is voiced by Mark Hanlon. Those first two guys don't have a wiki entry here, but Mark Hanlon does. He is a Scottish video game programmer, functionality tester, coder, and voice actor. He worked as a programmer at Rockstar North from 2000 to 2002. So cool. So he's a programmer, and they also gave him a little bit of a voice acting role here in Vice City. Let's see. He also worked in GTA 3 in the same role as a programmer, and he worked as a functionality tester for Konami on the Wii game Karaoke Revolution Presents American Idol Encore. Neat. I mentioned that Percy was voiced by Paul Mackey, who doesn't have a wiki page, but he does have an IMDb page. Paul Mackey is a Scottish screenwriter and producer. So you're watching the strat that I eventually settled on for trying to sink these drugs here. It was to knock the dealer off of his bike pretty early on in the chase, like really early on, because then he wasn't too far from the Hyman Stadium, which I thought was my best bet for trying to get him into the water. So knock him off the bike and then slowly back up and get him to follow me. I can't run away from him too quickly because then he'll just get into a vehicle and drive off. So I need him to stay on foot, which means I got to be close enough to him. But being close to him is potentially very lethal for me because he's got that powerful shotgun. So as we continue watching this attempt here, I'll get back to the wiki about Love Fist. So Jez Torrent, the lead singer, appeared in the mission The Party, and he actually had a voice role there. And then Love Fist, like I mentioned, are the bosses of 3 different missions here in Vice City. Discography. Several Love Fist songs were written and recorded specifically for this game, appearing either on the in-game radio stations or during missions. So I'll read the titles of the songs here. Fist Till Morning, Down, 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 Dangerous Bastard, and Fist Fury. The song is Dangerous Bastard and Fist Fury are featured on the in-game radio station V-Rock. A full version of Dangerous Bastard is also included in the official V-Rock soundtrack album released on the Vice City official soundtrack box set. Down, 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 and Fist Till Morning are not fully featured in the game. A small portion of Down, Down, Down can be heard playing in the background during the opening cutscenes for the mission Love Juice, that's this one, and Publicity Tour, the next mission, while a small portion of Fist Till Morning can be heard during the Love Fist Tour commercial. This is the one, gang. I'm down to 22 HP. I just need to kick him in the water. No! Why? Why must Rockstar torture me so? As well as the 4 songs actually heard in the game, several other tracks by the band are mentioned. And here they are. A Broken Heart Can't Be Mended, Just Broken Again. Beast Fist. Bury Me Deep Inside. Chin Stanier. I don't know this word. Stanier. Maybe that's another Britishism. Chin Twister. Dangerous Man, Dead Family. Dragon Eyes. Fallen Stars on Shattered Dreams in the Rain. That's so awkward, that phrase. 4 Boys Against Your Face. Liverbuster. Satan's Pillows. The 4 Scottish Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Take It on the Chin, and Zinc Deficiency. Love Fist has 5 albums. They are called Dogs on Heat, Fat Chicks All Day All Night, Devil's Own Band, The Number of the Breast, which is the one that they're promoting in this game, and Clear the Custard. According to the trivia section of the wiki, just like King Courtney in GTA 3, the band members speak in Scottish slang that is not reflected directly in the subtitles always. For example, in the mission Publicity Tour, which we'll see in a few videos, I've seen braver quines, that's the quote from one of the members of the band, but the subtitles instead say, I've seen braver girls. I thought I might have had it in this attempt because I got the drug dealer into this position where he's not moving, and I just need to like push him very gently, but I don't want to run over him because then he takes some damage every time, like right there, and he's dead. Ugh. While we check out my final attempt at this challenge, I'm going to sink these drugs come hell or high water. Hopefully high water over the drug dealer's head. Let me read just a tiny bit about Diaz's gang. So remember, we offed Ricardo Diaz in the last mission, and he was surrounded by a bunch of henchmen who were defending the mansion and defending Diaz. And there is a wiki page, a wiki entry on Diaz's gang. So from the trivia section of that wiki, Diaz's gang are a reference to the movie Scarface, where there is a drug cartel called the Diaz Cartel, who are also drug dealers and are enemies of Tony Montana, who Tommy Vercetti is based on. Interestingly, Diaz's gang is neutral for their entire existence and are only scripted to be hostile in the missions Death Row and Rub Out. After Rub Out, they can still be encountered in rampages where they are now scripted to be hostile. It's unknown if this was done intentionally to make rampages harder. Okay, so I think that's about it for the Diaz gang. There is a reference here to Liberty City Stories, but I won't mention it. And let's just continue watching my last attempt at sinking these stupid drugs in the stupid water. Okay, so I'm down to 56 HP. I think I can take one more shotgun blast, and that would be it. And I've got this new strategy. I think it's going to work where I hop up onto this concrete wall here and then just like get close to the water in the hopes that I can lure him off to my right here. Oh, he's right there. Get in there, buddy. Yes. Yes. Never been so happy to be called an idiot. Holy cow. So surprisingly, he didn't drown. I mean, the mission failed because the drugs drowned. I was just looking to see if the drugs appeared in the water. They don't. But anyway, he didn't die. So he's just walking around chilling, and he doesn't seem aggressive towards me. What if I punch him a little bit? Does that do anything for you, bud? Yeah, he's running scared. I like this. So I passed the challenge, but that challenge involved getting a particular fail state, so I still have to pass the mission. So I came up with a different challenge, and the challenge here is to get Mercedes over to the Western Island via boat. Clearly, I can do this in a fast motorcycle. Even in a slow car, I can do it with that minute-and-a-half timer. But what if we try a boat? Vice City is waterlocked after all, so let's see what happens here. So there's this tropic, a fixed tropic right behind Maria's place. And a couple of times I tried just like running over here with Maria in tow and then hopping onto the boat, and she just walked off the edge of the pier and immediately died. So then I came up with the bright idea of driving my motorcycle onto the boat, and Maria seems on here. And it's kind of interesting because some of the other NPC characters that follow me, they'll follow me onto a boat and then they'll immediately fall off the boat. And no, Maria seems like she's up for the ride. I probably should have done some more planning here other than just like, let's get in the tropic and see what happens. I wasn't even sure what the best route was. I had decided that my ultimate goal for where I'm going to beach this boat is over by Hyman Memorial Stadium. There's some grassy areas there that go right down to the water. And then from there, it's not too far of a run over to the final pink mission marker. But you can see here looking at the time that I just don't have anywhere close to enough time to do this in the tropic. It's slow. I also didn't pick a particularly good route, and I smacked into all kinds of things with this tropic. So this is a fail, but at least we've got a partial success. Maria has gotten onto a boat with us. I'm saying Maria. Mercedes has gotten onto a boat with us, and now it's just a question of can we get a faster boat? So in preparation for this attempt off video, I grabbed a speeder, the fixed spawn speeder from over where Cortez's yacht used to be, and I plopped it right up against this pier right next to the tropic. And I really did my best to get this speeder very close to the pier because I think if there's any space in between the pier and the speeder, then Mercedes is gonna walk into that gap and drown. But she's here and she seems solid. Okay, let's see how this goes. We've got a minute 10. Much faster boat, and now I at least have a path. Now I'll read from the wiki about this mission, Love Juice. On some occasions, after sounding the horn to call the drug dealer will not appear, but his dialogue and voice plays, then the game soft locks. I never experienced that. I think I might have started this mission like 20 times or so for the purposes of this video, and I never had that happen to me. Another bug that's mentioned here on the wiki, we saw if you drive a one-seated vehicle into the marker like a pizza boy, Mercedes won't be able to enter it and the game will soft lock. So you can see here we got a lot closer to that pink marker before running out of time, but I'm just not there. I think it's like I need maybe another 30 seconds beyond the end of this countdown timer, and I don't see a way to do that. I've got the fastest boat in the game, and I think I've got a decent path. I just don't know how to do that. So here's my final attempt at my challenge. I've decided I don't think I can get Mercedes in a boat to the Western Island in time, so I've settled to trying to get Mercedes in a boat to any other island and then to that pink marker in time. Now back to the wiki. Then here's something that I could not replicate. It says another glitch occurs if the car that the player is driving flips upside down during the cutscene where the player picks up Mercedes. The dialogue will play, but she will not be able to enter the car, and Tommy cannot exit the vehicle, so the game, again, is soft locked. I don't know how to flip a vehicle over in that pink marker over at Mercedes' place. If you have any ideas, let me know. I tried flipping it on the ramp, but I couldn't stay in the pink marker and flip on the ramp that leads right up to Mercedes' front door. Did you see Mercedes jump out of the boat as we launched up here onto Prawn Island? She was like, I do not like this challenge one bit. She didn't feel safe. Anyway, we got a little bit unlucky with the perennial, but we got to take what we've got here and see if we can speed our way over into that pink marker in time. And then one piece of trivia, the place where Tommy and the drug dealer meet is the Easter egg building. Yeah, so I'll make a video after I do all of the story mission videos in this series where I look at a bunch of Easter eggs, including probably the most famous Vice City Easter egg is jumping off of the VCN News building helicopter landing pad and into a particular window, which looks solid but isn't, on an adjoining building, and apparently that's the building that we're meeting the drug dealer in front of in this mission. 2 seconds, 1 second, 0 seconds, and easy. First time every time. You have to stop in this pink marker, and so I was so worried that I was going to run out of time because I sped through the pink marker. Anyway, I think in the definitive edition, the pink markers stop you. At least that's how it worked in GTA 3 Definitive Edition. But anyway, it's passed, challenge passed, mission passed. If you have anything you'd like to say about this mission, Love Juice, throw it in the comments. There is a post-mission phone call coming from Kent Paul that I just didn't record here right after I made this footage. We'll do that phone call first thing in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.